Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Attraction Marketing. I'm excited about today because I'm going to show you something that's really going to help you. Have you ever tried to create meme videos, or have you ever tried to create those videos online that have the heading and the footing and have the video in the middle and it really is strong as a call to action? That really escapes a lot of people. And the issues with it is that it's actually easy to do when you understand it, but you have to then, buy into a lot of apps. There's a lot of apps out there that do it, and it costs you $30 a month, $50 a month, whatever you want to do, how many apps you render. That can add up through the year, 300, 400, 500. But if you've actually got a video editing program, I'm going to show you how to do it very quickly, very easily, and how you can actually work more with the call to action to really represent your brand, increase your conversion rates, and send out your message no matter what business you're in, what you do for a living, or whether even for a hobby. Using these to create your own meme type videos is going to be awesome, and I'm excited to share it with you today because I had to learn it. It frustrated me, and then I mastered it, and now I do it for my clients, and I don't pay $30 a month for software that does it for me. So when we come right back, we're going to jump right in. I'm going to go to my screen. We're going to walk through it. I'm actually going to use Camtasia. There are other softwares out there that you can use to do this, but I'm just going to show you the ease of the use in Camtasia, and I've got a couple of projects that are actually ready so that I don't keep you guys too long, because I'm aware of the time that you have. So welcome to Attraction Marketing, and if you haven't been here before, then please subscribe, because I'll be releasing a lot more of these videos to help you in your business no matter what you do. And hit the notification bell so that you actually get notified every time I release a video each week. And I look forward to hearing your comments and seeing if this is actually going to work for you. So when I come right back, we're going to jump right into it. God bless. Okay guys, welcome back. I am going to jump right into this. I've tried to do this a couple of times, and for some reason software's not playing ball today. Anyway, this, as I said before, this is going to save you a lot of time in terms of when this is done. You can use it in so many ways and help to help your marketing and your branding. The difficulty with trying to develop meme videos is that it can be quite hard if you don't actually understand how to do it, or your expectations are not in line with how easy it is, and so you then turn to apps, and these apps are $30, $40, $50 a month to be able to do render a meme video. But in actual fact, you've got your own software, and your software works absolutely brilliantly. I'm using Camtasia 2019, which is it's a great app really for recording videos and editing videos, especially tutorials. But of course, I have Adobe Premiere Pro, and I have other ones as well, and Wondershare. And the premise of doing this is the same no matter what. And it boils down to one particular setting, and it's your canvas setting. Because as we set up a canvas, the canvas in essence, if we go to project settings here, the canvas in essence is going to be set up. I've got this custom at 1080, but it's going to be set up for Facebook covers, whatever it is, the sizes. It's going to be 4K, 1080p, 720p, and then your videos will be in there. But for these meme videos, they're essentially square. And that means that they can be utilized on social media a lot easier, especially Facebook and Instagram. So in order to do these meme videos, you don't need to spend $30 a month or $50 a month, because I'm going to show you right now how to do this and how to actually make it even more dynamic and better than some of these apps actually do it. So what you want to do is go down to your custom size. Click your custom size, but as I said to you before, we're going to do 1080, 1080. Now, just for ease of reference, I've already set up this program, and I'm using my friend and meditation teacher, Lama Jigme, who I met in a business group, and I'm going to use his little video and hopefully set that up for him. So I've already set it up, but I want to talk you through this. So you'll see now that this 1008, you know, we've got that square, perfect square shape or canvas, if you like, that makes up the video. Now, there's a couple of important elements to this video that I want to show you, and I'll run through when I actually take the playhead. I'm going to show you the main elements. But for now, there's three main elements. There's the header, there's the footer, and there is the video. Okay, they're the three main elements that make up these memes. But we're going to do this in such a dynamic way that it's really going to grab attention. And the fact that it grabs attention means bigger conversions, making emotional connections to your audience. And this is going to take you to the next level. And as I said before, you don't have to spend $30 a month or $50 a month doing it, because the premise for every other editing software is pretty much the same. Now, one of the things that's missing here is our call to action, which is going to be the text, and the text is here, and then we can maybe add logos and things. And if I just take you through the playhead and show you what we've done. Now, essentially, if you guys that don't know what this is your timeline for any editing software. This timeline is basically is shown in modular blocks here. So we have the video, and we have our shape, and we have our shape, and we have a logo, and we have these callouts, and I'm going to show you how to make these and how to make them more dynamic. But essentially, that is all you need to make these memes. Now, let's say, for instance, your video is 10 minutes long. All you're going to do is bring it down, and you're going to split it at the playhead here. So if I had the playhead up, okay, and I wanted to split, I would right click it, or I had in the marker, but I would edit and I would split it at the playhead, and it would basically split it to the right or the left, and I would delete the sections that I don't want. Now, if I go back to the beginning with the playhead, I'm not going to actually play it, but I'm going to show you as we move through. You can see I've got some really nice effects. In fact, actually, let me show you it, okay? This is the finished version, but I'm going to show you how I put it together. Now, did you see how dynamic that was? Did you see how I did the intros?
How
and how I actually made the text jump and everything else? That is really captivating. We have the logo up here. This is a really captivating
that we have earned the nickname.
And it really didn't take long
Darth
to do.
Vader.
And the aspect of it is very simple. So let's go back to the beginning. So here we have this aspect here, which is, it's just a shape, okay? And it's an annotation shape, and you'll get it in most softwares. And all I want to do is to click the shape here, normal shape here, and in fact, if I delete this and then pull this in, essentially, this is what it's going to be. You can see it would just be a shape that would be put up there, and I can use these guidelines to drag and resize them. So, in fact, let me actually do it. We'll take the shape off, right? And then we're going to put the shape in again, okay? So I'm going to I can drag the shape down, I can put it in here, or I can put it up here. I like to put it up on the canvas because it shows me where I'm going with it, okay? And as you can see now, it's not sized for the whole aspect of the timeline here. It's not sized for the right way. And it's automatically it goes to the top. So whenever you put something up there, it is automatically going to go on top. So I'm going to bring this down to where it was before. And I just want to explain this aspect of it. So this shape now is not running all the way right through. If I take the playhead and play this, you're going to see the shape is small and it's not showing anything here, okay? And then you're going to see that there it's disappeared and it's not there. So all I want to do, and it's the same with all of these aspects, and you need to make sure that they're layered properly as well, is I want to take that and expand the guide buttons or the guidelines so they're actually in line with each other here, okay? And I want to make sure then that my meme actually plays, okay? Now that I've increase the time that it's actually on the timeline, I want to make sure that it's actually all the way over the way it should be, okay? And we have the right size. Okay, okay. Now you'll notice that because I actually changed the shape again, it's put this text and an extra text underneath it. All I want to do is bring this guideline down to make sure they're sized properly. Okay, I'm going to move this out the way for now. And remember that you'll have your text on here. I'm just going to delete, hopefully I'm deleting the right bit. No, I deleted the wrong bit. I deleted the wrong bit. Let's go back into this. Oh, wait a minute. I know what I did wrong. Let's delete it again. Let's bring this back. Forget what I said. This is a call out. This call out actually brings text in. What I want is a shape. Okay? That's what I want here. I want the shape up here. So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to bring that shape up and we're going to resize it. Okay? And you'll see that these guidelines are actually here. And I want to make sure that it's all the way to the end. All the way to the end. Okay, and we should have the right section. Now, as you see, it's placed on top of everything, so everything is going to be, you're not going to see anything there. So I want to bring this down on the timeline to its rightful place, which is here. Okay, and as you'll see, if I go back to the beginning now we have the text here, and now we have the shape here. So it's a text and a shape, and we have the logo here. And all these are just basically, if we take the logo intros, etc., these are just from the media bin that I've dragged over. So for instance, I would drag this and place it up and resize it. Okay, so there we have. Let me see that aspect. Let me actually just drag this out a little bit here. Okay, I want to make sure that I'm in the canvas properly. Okay, that looks good. I'm happy with that. Make sure that the guidelines are all nice. This looks really, really nice now, okay? But if I play the playhead, guys, you'll see that it disappears and then that's gone. So like any other layer, this image layer here, or this text layer here, and this shape layer here, we have to make sure that they're all in the right position, in the right place. So what I want to do, expand this, okay? Now, the way I like to do things is to make sure, so sometimes, they'll play this, and the video will play, and then we may even lose an aspect of it, okay? And in fact, let me get rid of this. In the video, if you wanted to remove, you would have to edit the actual video, but we're just using this video for now. Okay, and what I want to do is to make sure that this is in the right level. So what I tend to like to do is to move my bottom layer and my top layer the way I see it. So I see the video in the middle. I like to have the video in the middle, okay? And then I have all the other aspects that's there, and I just want to run through the timeline, right? And you'll see the reason that I'm making it more dynamic, guys, is because there's so many aspects to utilizing Camtasia that can really help you, especially with these. You see how that faded in? You see that there was two different texts. So one of the things that I've done at the top here, you'll see I have one set of text here, okay, which is at one part of the timeline, and then I have a second bit of text at this part of the timeline that I've put in, okay, which is a different text, and then I go back to maybe the same text before. So the call to action that I have up here is exactly the same all the way right through, because this is his call to action. It's meditate like a Jedi. That's what his slogan is. And so want to keep that at the top. But at the bottom, I can actually play with this a little bit, and I'm going to show you exactly what I did. I've left a little space so that I can add a little bit more in and play with it and show you exactly what we're going to do. So you can see now as we go through this video with the playhead how awesome this actually is with the image up there, and then the way the text comes in, explodes in, and that is more dynamic than your average little app meme that's out there. And what I've done is I've trimmed the playhead down to 50 seconds, and I will actually give this to Lama Jigme Gyatso, and he can use this on his Instagram and various other sections here. So we have our shape, we have our video and our audio here, our shape. Then we have my logo, which is playing through the whole timeline. And then I have the extra, the call to action, which is on the top here, and it's there for the whole timeline. But this is the really interesting part. I have two different call to actions, as you can see, okay? Two different call to actions. And I'm going to add this fourth call to action here. So we have 1, 2, 3. And all I'm going to do to add that call to action, I'm going to go back to the annotations, okay? It's not a shape, so I can't actually add this here. I'm going to go back to the callouts, and that's where I made the mistake before I added that in. But what I want to do is I'm going to take the smaller text here, and I'm going to drag it right down here, okay? Now, making sure that it's right next, the guidelines are showing, they're snapping into place, and that shows that there's a very smooth transition with it. However, I can also bring it and drag and drop the text here onto this next bit. What I mean is I've dragged and dropped it there, but essentially if I took that playhead, you see how it's not there and this space is empty? All I would be doing is taking this, what I dragged up here, I'm going to be taking it and I'm going to be placing it on here, okay? I'm just going to be placing it in that point. In fact, I'm going to show you how that's done. Just delete that now. And there's my text again, and all I'm going to do is drag it over here. Oops. See? Now you see that? Dragged it here. Now, why can't I see it? The reason I can't see it is because it's white. Okay? So let's make it, let's do a different colored call to action for him because it will change it a little bit. Okay, and maybe take the dropper tool, and I can actually select the colors that I like. Let's take the color of his cloak, okay, or his dress, because he's a Buddhist monk. And what I want to do is, I don't really like Montserrat. I'm going to choose, I've got all these different ones that I can choose, but I'm going to stick with this, and I'm going to take that Bebis Navi or whatever it's called. And what I want to do now is I want to write a different call to action. So if we see here, we've got learn to change your life for meditation, meditate like a Jedi, and then in the middle it's got meditate in the comfort of your home, Lama Jedi, and then so I want to see what this says here, okay? And what do I want to say? Maybe I want to say, and in fact, let me expand this space here so we've got plenty to write here, because we want to get a good call to action. So it could be snap these guides down, just highlight, and then let's see, what will we say? Join the Lama on a online meditation course and change your life. Okay, now excellent, that's excellent. Comes in, it's a little bit boring coming in there, so let's make it a little bit more dynamic. Okay, so what I want to do then is go maybe to the behaviors and then choose a little behavior here. Oh, slide like that would be nice. Shifting. We could scale this up. Okay, so I can either drop it on there and that behavior will drop there, or I can drop it down here and the behavior will drop here. And then what you'll see is as we pass the playhead through, whoa, there we go. You see it's actually got a nice action. It's a dynamic action that draws attention to the viewer. Now, what I want to make sure that if I don't change this, and many people make a mistake where they let it run and essentially they export it and then they've got these missing bits here and then they see it and they think, oh my god, what's happened? The missing bits, I have to go through and do the whole thing again. So what I want to do is I want to expand the size in the timeline, make sure the guidelines are snapping into place, and it snaps into place there. Okay. And then we can go and just test this. It's only 50 seconds. But you see how everything came in? These are just, these aspects as well were just behaviors there.
How are we to know if we could benefit
There he is
from
now.
meditation?
Lama Jigme
If we
Gyatso.
are so cranky that
and
we
if you
have
really want to learn
earned the
meditation, ladies
nickname
and gentlemen, then
Little
join him.
Darth Vader,
He's very, very
then
good.
we might
And he
benefit.
runs a nice 5-1
from
Now you see
meditation.
how this dynamic
If we
text is
are
coming
so
in. It's drawn
nervous that we
attention to
tremble
your
like
viewers.
a little
And you can
poodle
make these
when it
many
hears the
videos
sound of kibble
for
being
a
put
lot of
into
the
its
content
bowl,
that you do. This is
we
another way
might
of
benefit
generating
from
dynamic
meditation.
content from your articles, okay?
If
Look at how
we
awesome that is. Look at how
lack
fast it
the
was
creativity
to do. Done and
to
dusted.
make
Okay, now we're going to export it. There's a couple of things we need to make sure. Okay, let's go back. We've got a media. We've got everything in place here. Everything looks really, really nice. I've trimmed it down to the playhead. I got 50 seconds. I want to export it, but I need to make sure there's a couple of things that are right here. Now, when I export it, when I go to a local file, oftentimes, let me go to the downloads here. Okay, and I'm going to call this Llama Ding Dong. I call him that. It kind of entertains me as such. Okay. I want to export. If I export that now, it's actually probably going to export as a normal HD 1080p video. So I need to go into my options and make sure that the dimensions are the current dimensions that I set up. Okay, the 180p. If I don't have this at current, it will, whatever what was set before or whatever editing you done before, maybe the HD, the 1280p, the HD, it will export, and it will export as a 1280 dimension, and you will have you will not have that nice square video. You will actually have it as a landscape aspect there, and you certainly don't want that. So when you set it to the current settings and we get ready to export it, we want to make sure everything, the data rate, everything is fine. Smallest file playback, keyframe rates, don't play with that. You can muck things up a little bit, but it will automatically set it for you. And then we're going to export it. Okay, it's going to save to my downloads. I'm going to export it. I already saved one before. I'm just going to overwrite it there. And while this is doing this, I'm going to pause. Okay, so the export is finished. We're going to reveal it in the Finder. And then you have your meme video. Now you see where that was maybe at the beginning. It showed it as a bit of a missed section there. I'll go back to that and take my playhead down, and you can see the reason that happened was because of this space in here. And this is why it's so important that these guides are absolutely perfect. And this is why just checking that out, okay, I want to make sure all of these guides are perfect. Oops. Okay. We shouldn't have. There we go. Now you can see it. Now I'm going to export it again and show you that has now been fixed. So you can it only takes a second to check that, and then you can export it again, and it only takes a minute to export. So you're not actually wasting any time, but you export it once, you'll find out if there's any issues. So let's do it again, okay? Let's just double check. We're going to go to the local file. I'm going to call it Llama Llama Ding Dong. Llama Ding Dong. I'm going to make sure that I'm set again, current, okay, everything's fine. And I am going to export it. I'm going to overwrite it again. And then we'll come back in a moment. Okay guys, there you go. So now, you know, I changed those little settings there. I found out what was wrong. I now have my meme there. There we go. Look at how dynamic it is. It's playing away. And as it runs through, it's going to change through the text.
How are we to know if we could benefit from
Okay.
meditation? If we are so cranky that we have earned the nickname
Look at how
Little
dynamic
Darth
that is.
Vader,
Imagine putting that up
then
now
we might
on
benefit
Instagram. You have a perfect example, a great meme video. And how long did that take you? Next to no time at all. So it's very, very simple. So let's jump back, have a quick chat before we finish. Remember the little things that you have to check, the timing, make sure your guides are all right on here. And remember that there's only a few aspects to this. It is just layers. It is the bottom layer, the top layer, the middle layer, your image layer, your text layers. It's so simple to do that in this. But the most important thing is that you set your project settings, like I said at the beginning, to your square, your 180, your 1080, and apply it, and that is you done and dusted. To learn more things about marketing, and maybe you have a question that you know nobody has answered, ask it below, because maybe I can answer you that question. If you've got other tips that you want to share, then put them below, and make sure that you come back time and time again to learn more about attraction marketing. Now, I have a giveaway for you, something that I've worked on. A lot of people don't understand how to work with their social media and how they can utilize content in different ways and what type of posts there are. So if you want to join my email list, the link is below, and you will get a download that I basically made up, which gives you the 12 different aspects of the type of posts that you can post on social media, video posts, rallying posts, polls. You can utilize that little guide and keep it with you, refer to it time and time again, and hopefully that'll help you to work with your social media a little bit better and get you more traction, get you more attraction with the right traction. God bless, guys. I hope to be seeing you soon.